Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I'm gonna wait for everybody to join the chat. I'm gonna. Hey, Lord Tavik. I don't know. It depends on the director or the actress. So yeah, so they always get new characters to play Storm, but the complaint is that people are complaining about the skin tone of the actresses, which I will get into in a minute. Okay, so I will go ahead and get started. So the title of the video is Beyonce is set to play Storm in the second Black Panther movie. So let me start off by saying this. I'm not really a big Marvel fan like that. I'm more like a DC fan. I like Batman. I think Batman's cool. Yeah, I like Batman. But anyways, besides Batman, I've been watching X-Men, Spider-Man, the Hulk, Iron Man back in the 90s. But X-Men was the main show that I would usually watch as a child. I would usually get up Saturday mornings with my siblings and watch TV in the mornings, fix ourselves some cereal, and watch the X-Men. So, what? Before I get into this whole Beyonce thing, I just wanted to point out that Storm was one of my favorite characters in the series. For one, she was African. Two, she was awesome. And three, she has incredible powers. And that's the reason why I would get up and, in the morning to watch X-Men is because of Storm. She was like one of my favorite characters that was on the show besides Wolverine, Cyclops, Professor Xavier, you name it. So in the movies, the first X-Men movie, Halle Berry was picked to play the role of Storm, which she was very good at. She played the role very well, and I think she played Storm in three other movies. Yeah, three or four other movies. I think the last one she was in was Phoenix. I I can't remember, but she was a great actress in that movie. And they didn't come out with another movie until 2015 when Holly Berry when Holly Berry wasn't cast as Storm no more. It was some other chick. They started to shave her head on the side or something like that that played Storm, and then they chose what's her name? Al- Alexandria Schiff. I think that was her name. Alexandria Schiff. They cast her back in 2017 as Storm, and let me tell you, the movies. Well, Marvel has gotten a lot of backlash over the character Storm back in 2017 when they cast Alexandria Schiff, especially black women, because black women, we saw Storm as ourselves and we role model ourselves after her. But when Alexandria Schiff was chosen for the role, a lot of hell broke loose. A lot of black women was writing into the studios, Marvel Studios, saying that they don't want Alexander Schiff to play Storm. They want another character or another person to play Storm, a dark-skinned woman, because in the comics, Storm was always a dark-skinned woman. And Marvel was getting a lot of backlash for that, but after all that backlash that came from black women, Marvel just decided to cast Alexandria Schiff anyway as Storm. The movie didn't grow so high. It wasn't successful as they thought it would be because there was a lot of anger and resentment towards the black community. And now it was just announced that Beyonce is going to play Storm in the upcoming movie Black Panther. They're doing a second Black Panther, y'all. So there was another backlash towards Beyonce as well. Well, Marvel Studios, because Marvel Studios has done it again. They chose another light-skinned black woman to portray Storm. And there's a lot of Marvel fans that do not want Beyonce to play Storm. They want somebody that is darker and actually can portray Storm. Like, I don't know. What is your thoughts on Beyonce playing Storm? Because in my opinion, I believe that they shouldn't have gotten a darker actress to play Storm in the movie. Because if you look in the comic books, which I have looked in the comic books, Storm was a dark skinned woman and she she was also Black Panther's love interest or wife, something like that. But yeah, they got a lot of backlash for that because I feel that they couldn't have gotten somebody in the United States that looked African, or they couldn't have went to Africa to look for somebody that is dark skin. Like you can find dark skinned women everywhere in the world. I don't get, how is it that hard to find somebody that is dark skinned that can play the role? They act like skinned women are the only black women that are out there that can play this role, which is not true. Storm range from my complexion and to a deeper black skin tone. I think they're gonna portray them as love interest, Lord Tavek. I really do believe that they're gonna do that because it's in the comic books that they are love interests, and I believe they were married at one point. But as a black woman, they couldn't have done better in picking Storm into being like a darker hue woman. Like I don't know if people like getting the backlash or like hearing the backlash from black people when it comes to like a female character, because let me tell you honestly, black women are getting tired of being left out in the movies, especially when it comes to characters that look like us. Amanda XXO, yes, I agree with you 100%. Beyonce is not a great actor, but she can sing and can dance the hell out of that stage. She can set it on fire and she can dance on stage. Hi, Omega Courtney. Hi, Lewis Jones. But her acting skills are not that strong, and I believe that they made a mistake as putting her as Storm. They couldn't have found somebody else like Omega Courtney Hughes or Amanda XO Hughes or My Hughes. They couldn't have, cast Omega Courtney if she won the role as Storm. I think Omega Courtney would be great as Storm. She has the complexion, she has the body, and I think she could play the hell out of that role. But you know, they always they always wanted and to cast a lighter skin because they want diversity or whatever, but that's not the point. Like how can you expect to have diversity in your comic books and then you want to replace a character to go from dark to light? And I have to say this, but Marvel, they do a good job with handling diversity more than DC. Even though I am a DC fan, DC does not have a lot of black women or a lot of black women superheroes or protagonists in their comic books. And I would like to see that, but we don't we do not see that as much in DC as in Marvel. Marvel, they have a black girl who's going to be the next Iron Man. They have a black Spider-Man. You could go to DC, pick up a DC comic, and they will be as diverse as a color crayon of Crayola box. Versus DC, where they have the Green Lantern Stewart, whatever his name is, and still, they're the only two black characters that women. Let me take that back. There's Static Shock, but you don't see a lot of black female superheroes in this DC universe are black female DC superheroes. They only have one, and that's what's her name? I can't think of her name. Vixen. That's her name, Vixen. But other than that, they don't really have no black female protagonists or black female superheroes. They don't even have black females as love interests. But that's besides the point. I'm getting off topic. Yeah, I think they couldn't have done better with casting Storm because we had like all of Storm characters in the movie. There were only like how many? Like four. Four? Yeah, Beyonce's the fourth one. So it's Holly Berry, some other chick, Alexander Schiff, and now Beyonce. They couldn't have cast Kelly Rowland or Michelle Williams to play Storm, but I guess they weren't good enough to do it, huh? Well, I guess not. Yeah, she would have been a good Storm. Jodie Smith Turner, yeah, she wouldn't have been a good Storm, but they did not call her. Disney Studios did not call her. They decided to choose Beyonce. Because Beyonce, what is going on? Beyonce was paid $100 million to do 3 Disney films, I believe. One was Lion King that just came out last year. It flopped. There's supposed to be another one she's supposed to be doing. And now she's doing X-Men. I'm sorry, but we like Marvel has to do a lot more in casting more dark-skinned women to play the role of Storm because all we see is light-skinned women. Light-skinned women. Lord Tavek, you must have loved Halle Berry as Storm, huh? Yeah, you must have loved Halle Berry as Storm. But it's supposed. I don't know when Black Panther is supposed to come out, but let's just because when the first one came out, it made over like $100 million. It was a box office success. We had like black, deep dark skin tones that play black people, which was a good thing. A good thing. Yeah. But part 2, you're gonna have Beyonce betraying Storm, and I don't know how that's gonna be because I like they couldn't have done better picking Storm or have somebody portray Storm because there's a lot of Nigerian actresses, Uganda actresses, Congolese actresses out there that can take the role of Storm. So what do you guys think about this? Do you guys agree with me that they couldn't have picked a darker skinned woman, especially African, because Storm was African? Do you guys think that they shouldn't have gotten an African actress to play Storm? Because I could agree with that. Like, I would love Storm to be black for once, but I just it just sad. It just sickens me that all Marvel can find is like skinned American black women. But I'm gonna give you guys the invite to the link because I want to hear you guys' opinion to the StreamYard. I really want to hear what you guys have to say because I already said what I have to say. So I'm gonna leave this outing, you guys can join. I couldn't take any calls because for some reason the service was out, and not T-Mobile, but Metro PCS said they're working on their network or something. And it's not just out in California areas; it's worldwide. Nobody can't call unless theirs are already fixed. So let me see what you have to say. They want Beyonce to get they want Beyonce to get ratings, more ratings. They're they're taking that opportunity to get Beyonce so they can get their ratings up. That's why they paid her so much. It's okay, Omega Courtney. I just started, so don't worry. So yeah, that's all it is. I just left the link in the chat. You guys are welcome to join me in the chat so we can, have a good discussion. I would like to have your opinion. I want to know what y'all think about Beyonce being cast as Storm, because I believe that they couldn't have picked a better actress. Beyonce, she's a good performer. She knows how to sing her butt off, and she's amazing, but she's no actress. She is no actress whatsoever. She will be the last person I would pick to play Storm. I don't even know what Disney was thinking. Yeah, but you can take as many acting classes as you want, but if you're not a good actress, then acting is not for you. Like, you could take, a lot of acting classes, but if people see you on the screen, it's not going to work. If you're not a good actress and you can't put it out there. But I'm thinking, who would be a good dark-skinned woman to play Storm? I would think, what's her name? She was in, she played a movie with Denzel Washington. I can't think of her name. Viola Davis. I think she'd be a good Storm. Or who else? There's a lot of pretty actresses. She's young. I'm trying to think of her name, but she's really young. But she couldn't have played Storm, and she's beautiful. Lupita Nyong'o already has a role in Black Panther. I don't know if she's gonna be in this one, but she already has one. Ryan Destiny, yes, Ryan Destiny. She wouldn't have played a very good Storm. She's a great actress, and I recommend her. I don't know why what's going on with Disney not, hiring an actress like her to play, Storm. I left the link, y'all. Do you guys want me to send it again? Justin Sky. I gotta look her up. I don't know who she is, but if she's a deep dark skinned woman, then yeah, she would be a great Storm. But I guess, colorism always going to play a big role in society because black dark skinned women are always betrayed as masculine. They don't want us to be the damsel in distress. It's just like I don't know if you guys heard, but they're trying to get Gone with the Wind removed because of the betrayal of Heidi McDaniel. She was playing a slave, like a slave maid or something like that, to Scarlett, and she was playing a happy-go-lucky slave. She loved being a slave. She loves, you know, Tanika Sumner would be good too. She would play a Storm. She would play a head out of a Storm. But at some points, I do have to agree with the people that want to get the movie off because most of the slaves were miserable. They were getting beaten. Women were getting raped. So were the men. And and their families were being split apart because of the practice of slavery. So I do agree that Gone with the Wind should be remade. Remade. They should show slave masters having affairs with their slaves. They should show beatings and other, stuff that was going on with slavery, not just the Civil War. They those slaves were not happy. Yeah, so I left the link, you guys. Come on up. Come on up. The link is there. I want to hear you guys' opinion. But yeah, I do imagine Tika Sumner as Storm. Now that I think of it. I'm sorry, Omega Courtney. If I had all the power, I would, send my signal to yours. But, I don't want to, do that. He keeps getting in trouble with Spectrum. But, yeah. So, anyways. Yeah, Tina Sumner, Ryan Destiny, Justine Sky. I will, recommend it myself for them to be Storm. I don't know what's the rush with Disney. They act like there's not one dark skinned woman to portray Storm. Like, give me a break here. Like, come on. It's not that difficult to find a woman, especially a dark skinned woman, that is a great actress. It is not that hard. I don't, I like, I would see black dark skinned women like myself to see, Kelly Rowland's out there to Michelle Williams to get these parts. Like, I don't even know why they keep messing up. It is not that hard to find an actress, especially a dark skinned actress, to play Storm. It is not that hard. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Um, but yeah, you guys have to. I'd really love to see you guys. Coming to chat it up. Because I would love to hear people's opinions. I will send the link again for those of you that can come in. So. Yeah, but I don't Yeah, but tell me what you guys think in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Tell me what you guys think in the chats. Like, tell me what is your thoughts and your opinions on, do you guys agree that Beyonce shouldn't play Storm, or do you guys agree that Beyonce should play Storm? Because in my opinion, they should try to, before the movie drops, they should try to find somebody else that can play Storm. I have to agree with you, Lord Tarvek. I have to agree. They don't want Storm to be the dark skinned Storm to be the love interest of a dark skinned black man. But I'm going to show you guys this clip. I'm going to show you guys a video that Beyonce was chosen to play Storm. So I'm going to play you this video. Just give me a second, okay? Sorry if it's ugly. I don't know why my signal's doing that. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
What is good, YouTube? Watched you here with a video on Black Panther 2. I know we've done quite a few videos about Black Panther over the last couple of months, ranging from T'Challa himself, Boseman, being out of the role of the Wakandian prince, the Wakandian champion, the Wakandian king. That obviously wasn't true. He was obviously losing a bunch of weight for a different role. So we've got an outlandish rumor, but it's not actually a rumor. It's coming from a British website, a British company. And I always weigh up the stories and weigh up where they're coming from. And to be honest, is this any more viable than any other Hollywood insider? No, not really. It's on the same wavelength. So what is good, YouTube? Watched you here. If you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. At the 100,000 subscriber mark, I will be giving away something so special that you're going to want to subscribe. So make sure you subscribe. Tell all your friends about how cool I am. So let's get into this. So I can't believe I'm making a video on this. So Beyonce is rumored to be in talks with Disney to work on 3 films for $100 million. Now, this is Beyonce. You know, it's Beyonce. So who could she play in Black Panther 2? But Stu, haven't you been saying Rihanna is going to be playing Storm for the longest time possible? Well, yeah, I have been saying that, and that could still happen. But Beyonce is an even bigger. Is she a bigger star? Nah, she's probably on the same wavelength. Beyonce is huge. So the source of this website is Ellie.com. Beyonce's work with Disney may have only began with her voicing in a live-action movie version of The Lion King last year. The Sun is reporting that Beyonce allegedly is in talks with House of the Mouse, aka Disney, to sign a $100 million contract to work on 3 major projects. One of the films would be Black Panther 2, The Sun. The Sun is a newspaper that's it is what it is. It's not the most credible website or news publication, but they do get some stories right. Just like any insider that we've used on this channel, sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong, but it's an interesting and controversial subject in the sense that no one would ever expect Beyonce to appear in Black Panther 2, but no one would ever expect War 2 to appear in it either. So one of the films would Black Panther 2, The Sun claims Beyonce would be a part of the film soundtrack. A source said the following: Beyonce has become a major player for Disney and is the perfect fit for their brand. It's added that as a part of the deal. They are trying to get her to agree to have Beyonce voicing some new documentary coming to Disney Plus after the success of her voicing in The Elephant of the Platform. After the success of Megan voicing the elephant on the platform, they have projects coming up which would align perfect with Beyonce's brand. The negotiations are still ongoing, but the final details that are being thrashed out now. Beyonce has most recently graced Disney with her performance and presence on ABC Disney Family Sing-Along Special in April. During this special meant to honor those on the front line during We Can't Say That, Bey shared a message to the families before singing When You Wish Upon a Star. So it's interesting. So there's also some, the inside websites reporting this. We've got MCU Cosmic here reporting this story. It says you're going to see a lot of sites reporting this rumor. Beyonce is in talks for Black Panther 2, but when you trace the story back to the original source, it loses most credibility. Now, this is interesting because it's one website bashing a huge newspaper here in the UK. The Sun is pretty darn big. The story most people are linking is to the website called Ellie, which normally would be a legitimate outlet for such news. But when you actually look at it, the Ellie story, which claims Beyonce is in talks for a massive $100 million deal with Disney for 3 years, including the Black Panther sequel, you'll see the sighting is The Sun. For those unaware, The Sun is a British tabloid with a notorious habit of making up sensational celebrity gossip stories like this. I know it's a slow time for news and people are desperate for something to post, but at least try to figure out where the story is.
Excuse me, guys, it's buffering. Give it a second.
I want you to save as much money.
Damn commercials, golly, go away. Trying to finish up here.
Honey is a free online shopping tool that helps you find all these promotional.
Out where the story is coming from. If Beyonce really was in talks for the $100 million deal with okay, I can see where this website's coming from, but my problem with this is you've got to go back to release the Snyder Cut, your boy War Stew telling you that was coming, but no one was saying that. Deadline, Heroic Hollywood, Variety, The Hollywood Reporter, just like he said. I do agree with his critique there that if this story was credible and if Beyonce was going to play Storm or have a pinnacle role in Black Panther 2 or something like that, the other trades would be reporting that. But the War Stew in me kind of is like, but they were all wrong. They all said Snyder Cut was never, ever coming. They all said Henry Cavill was out. He was out. But then a few weeks later, he's back in. But then the same website starts reporting he's out again. So do you get my point? A source is a source. Until the story is confirmed and verified, it doesn't really mean much. But the reason I'm reporting this, because like I said, guys, I like to report interesting stories. And I find this very interesting. Is it too far-fetched for Beyonce, someone as powerful as she is in Hollywood, to get a role in Black Panther 2? No, it's the same thing when I say that The Rock could play literally anyone in the MCU. If Kevin Feige spoke to The Rock or someone like Beyonce and he or she was like, yo, I want to play Storm, or The Rock's like, I want to play Namor, I want to play Hercules, Kevin Feige will be like, okay, how much money do you want? It's happening. So I believe this story could be viable. It's no more ludicrous or no more outlandish than all the other rumor websites suggesting stuff about, you know, what's going on with Batwoman. And the story of Batwoman is interesting because the creators of the show have come out and said the story was wrong when clearly there was an audition tape that leaked. So what I'm trying to get at, guys, is you don't really know what to think until it's confirmed or verified. But it is an interesting story. It is. So is Beyonce going to be a pinnacle part in Black Panther 2? We don't know, but she sure could be. Then again, she might not be. So what I'm trying to say is Beyonce could be in it. She could be playing Storm. She could be playing anyone. She could be playing a new love interest of T'Challa. She could be the villain of Black Panther 2. Beyonce could literally play anyone in the role if she wanted to. The same foot that Rihanna could play anyone if she wanted to, so to speak. It's the case of the MCU is kind of a company that likes to stay relevant. That's why, if you notice, like the science and technology scenes in any MCU movies, they are so wrong. They're not real. They don't use real science. They dumb everything down to generalize everything. And as we know, MCU movies are aimed at the general audience. How good and how much traffic would Beyonce appearing in Black Panther 2, or even just voicing an actor in Black Panther 2, or even doing the music for Black Panther 2, would it draw people in? Beyonce's got a huge following. Beyonce fans would run to watch this movie if she was in it. So it is very interesting. So as soon as we are on the topic of Black Panther 2, let's talk about some other recent rumors about what is going down with Black Panther 2 and other MCU properties. So my good old friend Roger Wardell, I believe that's how you say his surname, a biggest insider. He was right about a lot of things in Infinity War, a lot of things in Endgame. He's got the best track record, has just said something on June the 7th about The Rock. You know, The Rock, who Stu said was going to appear in the MCU. Is he going to be Namor? I don't know. But he tweeted this. Now, I will leave the link down below in the description box so you can find it. The Rock's Marvel role is just another Vin Diesel situation, trying to build hype to get a meeting with Marvel. Okay, but if he's saying it's a Vin Diesel situation, did Vin Diesel not get a Rock role in the MCU? No, he did. So that kind of unofficially confirmed what is going on with The Rock. And then he also said this. The Fantastic Four rumor that's going around is totally false. They have enough on their plate already. So any other creators, anyone else talking about the Fantastic Four, your boy Roger has shut them down and said, no, it's not happening. Too much on their plate. I think what's happening is they want to introduce the X-Men first before the Fantastic Four, but I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. This is not even my words. And also, he has brought up an actor that he brought up before. So let's go over exactly who this actor is. So Marvel Studios apparently is a big fan of David Morrissey and are considering him for multiple roles for Phase 4, which is interesting because there isn't really any Phase 4 movies actually.
We saved $85 by literally clicking twice and installing a free browser add-on. Honey, anytime you check out on your computer, it will search the entire internet, and if it finds a coupon code, it will apply it. Here's how Honey works. We're currently on Macy's. We have a $279 mixer, and we're going to add it to our bag. Because we have the Honey add-on, all we have to do is hit apply coupon when checking out on any website. And boom, Honey actually found a coupon code that saved us $50. And that in a nutshell is how Honey works. And here's a list of all the websites Honey works on. You should really install it because you'll save thousands of dollars of your lifetime. Here's how you install Honey. You hit add to Chrome, you hit add extension, now you have Honey. Even Chandler can do it. Nice! Go to joinhoney.com. You'll save a lot of money. That's joinhoney.com.
A sommelier searches for the perfect wine, but I hear a different calling. The call
actually shooting at the moment. So what is he known for? He was in The Walking Dead. Interesting. Basic Instincts 2. Interesting. Sense. and Sensibility. Interesting. He was also in Thorn, Sleepyhead. To be honest, guys, I don't really know that much about him. He is English. He's 55 from Kensington, Liverpool. Interesting. So he's 55. So I presume this will not be a long-term role in the MCU. I think he was rumored to be Norman Osborn at one point in time. He's also been in Britannia, The Missing, National Theatre Live, a bunch of The Walking Dead, like we said previously, The Driver. Yeah, so he's done a lot of TV and some movies, so that is pretty interesting. So that is some pretty interesting facts that Roger's dropped on everyone. So that is pretty cool. I think Roger is one of the more reliable people. Like I said, guys, he was right about a lot of things when it comes to the MCU. Also, he said this: there are no plans to add Deadpool in any MCU Spider-Man 3, but Sony is desperately wants Tom Hardy's Venom in the movie. Deadpool had his own movies, but never shown up in the main X-Men films. It will be the same for the MCU. I will leave the link. You can look exactly what Roger himself has said. Like I said, guys, he's probably the most credible insider in terms.
Okay, so they just confirmed everything I just said that I just said earlier. Beyonce is a $1 million household. She has millions of subscribers in her following. And yes, Lord Tavik, you can call in. That's my number. So that's why they are using her following so that they can get more views and ratings on the Black Panther movie that's coming up, because they know black women are gonna give them hell. Well, we already given them hell over the fact that they chose another light skinned woman to portray Storm. And so they're gonna use Beyonce's platform to get those millions and millions of followers, which is BS. Because not and just because they are Beyonce fans doesn't mean that they want to go see that movie. Yeah, they're probably Beyonce fans, but that doesn't mean they want Beyonce to play Storm. Come on now, Beyonce. I don't believe Beyonce is right for the role, to be honest with you, because oh, somebody's calling in. Hello.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, Diamond Princess.
Hi, Diamond Princess. How are you?
Hi, is this Lord Tavick?
Yes, it is. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Doing good. It's an honor as well as a pleasure to be your first caller on your first call-in show.
Oh, thank you. I did have one night a couple of weeks ago, but you're my first male caller, so congrats.
Oh, thank you so much. And the Diamond Princess, as always, you're doing a fantastic job. Keep it up.
Thank you. So what do you think about Beyonce being cast as Storm? Do you think they couldn't have found a woman that's deeper, darker skin tone that can actually play the role? Or you think Beyonce is just fine?
Well, you know what? I personally either can take it or leave it. It's obvious that Disney, didn't want to put in the work. It's obvious they wanted to take a shortcut. Let's just put Beyonce in there because of for star factor or star power.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I think that they just should have allowed a previous actress like Halle Berry to reprise the role. I personally am. I'm old school. I like seeing the same actors and actresses play the same roles. I don't like seeing, different actors and actresses interchanging, certain characters. It's really hard for me to get used to that. Like, for example, when Batman came out in TV, when the movie Batman came out in 1989, I was used to seeing Michael Keaton, but then after that, they kept changing the actors, and it was, kind of hard to keep up. So,
And you know why they're doing that? Is because some of the well, I don't know what Michael Keaton's excuse not to reprise Batman Forever, but I know from what's his name, Val Kilmer's. Well, he said that the reason why he did not go into Batman and Robin is because he said the bat suit was so tight that it was cutting off his circulations, and he couldn't, stand it. Yeah, and so he said that he will not be returning to play Batman. So, but Michael Keaton played Batman twice in 1989 and 1992, was it?
92, I think.
92. And then after Val Kilmer, it was George Clooney that took the place as Batman. I don't think George Clooney played a good Batman. I'm going to be honest with you. He did not fit the role at all. And shouldn't have, picked somebody else to play Batman. But, after that, he did not replace his role in Batman Begins. It was, what's his name? Christian Bale. Christian Bale played in 3 of the Batman roles. But after that, when Justice League was coming out, they chose what's his name, Ben Affleck, to play Batman, and trust me, he is not the type of actor I want to play as Batman. Even though he's a good-looking guy,
Yeah.
I would not choose him to be Batman. He is not made for that role. I'm trying to think of an actor that couldn't have played Batman, but you know,
Yeah.
I think Michael Keaton played the hell out of Batman. I believe Val Kilmer played the hell out of Batman. Val Kilmer back in the day was handsome as fuck. You know, if I was adult in the '90s, you know, I'll date him. But
Yeah.
but who?
It's just really unfortunate. You know, I feel bad. You know that the colorism still exists. You know, makes me feel bad. You know, not that I'm overwhelmed with this quote unquote white guilt, but it does make me feel bad. You know, when I see black folks having to deal with you know, this colorism, and to see, you know, good dark skinned black actresses, you know, not getting an opportunity. I didn't know that Lupita, you know, Nyong'o had another role in that movie. Otherwise, I thought she would have been a nice choice to be a Storm, or a Tika Sumter. You know, she's another one. But it's obvious that they just took the shortcut and the easy way out by, oh, let's just put Beyonce in there, and you know, because it's Beyonce, you know, regardless of whether or not, you know, she can act or not, because it's Beyonce, you know, the movie will sell and make millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like I said in your chat, they probably would have had to pay Halle Berry more money than 100 million to get her to reprise.
Probably like half, like 150, 180 million.
Yeah. Yeah, because like 100 million for like 3 films, it said, or was it 100 million for one film? Because I thought it was like 100 million for 3. But to me, that's like a bargain, you know, compared to what they probably would have had to pay, you know, Halle Berry or an accomplished actress that reprised the role, you know.
Mm-hmm. I believe it. You know, I believe Holly Berry did a great job portraying Storm. Like, she's a hell of an actress. I loved her almost every single movie that she played, except for, you know, Monster. I didn't, you know, I don't want to get into that, but other than that, I love Holly Berry. I think she's a great black actress. You know, she's one of my favorite, but still, I believe that they could have gotten a dark skinned actress to play Storm. Like, Storm is from my complexion on down. And that's how they portrayed her in the comics and the animated series. You know, if you go back to the comics book, you will see she's a dark skinned woman.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. To me, I think, you know, you could call it this. You know, Black Hollywood really needs to step up and start giving them more opportunities, especially when, you know, the typical, you know, liberal establishment is going to continue to whine about the white supremacy and lack of representation. This is where Black Hollywood, you know, needs to pick up the slack and, you know, give those opportunities where in other areas of Hollywood, black actresses, especially darker skinned actresses, black actresses, you know, would be given an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you know, like I said, like as the saying goes, black women are not seen as women. We're seen as masculine because they, you know, we trade our skin tone as being masculine. We can't be damsels in distress. We always gotta be, you know, the white chick's best friend. That, you know, she gets, you know, the cute guy. she gets the prince, while the black woman, cheers her on, and she's left with nobody to, to love. So,
Yeah.
and I believe that needs to change, and I'm a Batman fan. I really am. I'm a Batman fan. I like Batman to the core. I believe that they should have a black love interest for Bruce Wayne.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would really be awesome. It would have been nice if they would have had Storm as the love interest for either Wolverine or Dr. Xavier. That would have been awesome.
They did portray her as a love interest for Wolverine. They did.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I probably don't watch these movies the way that I should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that definitely would have been nice. But,
if you go back and watch X-Men, the animated series, she did have Wolverine as a love interest.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the cartoon series. Okay, yeah.
The cartoon series, not the movie. And you can check out some of the comic books too. I think the comic books portrayed them having a love interest, but I think this is after Black Panther.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'll tell you another great conversation would be in the future maybe would be past the TV shows that you would like to see get reboots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Reboots.
I have two of them I'd like to see get reboots. I would like to see Living Single get reboots, and I would love to see Girlfriends get reboots.
Here's the thing. That is nice and all to have these reboots of him Living Single and Girlfriends or whatever past we have these reboots, but in my opinion, those shows need to stick and stay into the past. We need to be more creative as human beings to write more shows for darker skinned women. We can do that. It's just that when you doing these reboots, let's just say for instance, Mulan, The Little Mermaid, and all that stuff, that's just laziness. People are just, just want to pick something and just reboot it, and they don't want to come up with their own ideas. It's just like, okay, so you guys can't come up with your own version of The Little Mermaid, or you guys can't come up with their own version of, or come up, because Disney, they're known for their reboots. Oh my God. Aladdin, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Mulan. It's like it's too many remixes, like too many reboots going on, and not enough being created.
Now, I definitely will agree with you. I think Hollywood overall is doing way too many remakes of, movies. I think there are certain movies and certain classics that should not be remade. For example, there was a movie that John Wayne did in 1969. It was called True Grit, and they ended up doing a remake with, I think, Kurt Russell. And to me, I don't think John Wayne movies ought to be getting remade.
I agree. I agree. Yeah, I think because with these Marvel comics, because they have a black Spider-Man, a black Superman, and they're gonna have a girl Iron Man. People are thinking, they're whitewashing. No, excuse me, they're blackwashing these characters and they're replacing them. It's not like that. What is happening is they're portraying the older characters as getting older, and they're looking for people to replace them, just like Batman Beyond. I don't know if you've seen Batman Beyond, where Bruce Wayne is an older guy and he hires this young buck to take his place as Batman because he can't do it anymore. That's the same thing with Spider-Man, Iron Man, and Superman, because they're getting older and they're looking for that replacement. So it's not about, they're darkening them. They're just finding replacement for them, so that, people can continue their legacy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I totally agree with you overall that there needs to be you know more new ideas, new stuff, new classics, so to speak. There's too many, you know. To me, Hollywood's resting too much on its laurels and just wanting to remake what's already been done. And the thing is, some things, should not be remade. Some things should stand alone. Like for example, Humphrey Bogart movies.
Mm-hmm.
Those are classics. None of those ought to be remade. Like for example, when you're used to seeing, Arnold Schwarzenegger as the Terminator or Sylvester Stallone as Rambo, you don't want to see those movies get remade with some Rudy Poo, playing those roles.
I'm a Terminator fan, by the way. I like, Arnold Schwarzenegger in the original 1984 Terminator and 1992 Terminator, which I believe that the 1992 Terminator was the biggest Terminator movie out of all the franchises. I believe they did really good in making that movie. However, as a decade went by from those movies, as they made Terminator 3, which in my opinion didn't do so bad, It's just that we started having lazy writers coming in and just doing all these hoo-ha, and they're not, putting in the work to get these movies to, or these sequels to be just as good as Terminator 2.
Yeah, you know what? Some of these movie series actually should just stop after 2 or 3 movies. But when they start going to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like for example, you remember all those horror movies that used to come out in the 80s, the 90s.
I'm a 90s kid, so I don't remember those.
Yeah, because there used to be a whole bunch of horror movies that come out, from that hockey master killer Jason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once they start getting to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you lost track of count. I mean, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 movies would have been fine, but once you start getting into the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you start to get bored because you've seen everything already. They just repackage it differently. But yeah, I totally agree with you. There needs to be more creativity all the way around. Hollywood has gotten lazy. Everything's a remake. And speaking of just reboots, I only think that I only would like to see certain shows get reboots because a lot of sitcoms that I see today are a freaking joke. And I yearn sitcoms that shows of yesteryear.
They brought Roseanne back, right? Back in 2018 or 19, they brought Roseanne back. And what happened with her? The reason why her show got canceled is because she made racist remarks about Muslims. And Disney fired her for that. And
she made some idiotic comments about Valerie Jarrett, and they got Roseanne to actually sign away control of the show to the network. That's why they were able to fire her and then recreate the show again as the Connors.
That's true. Which I find that the Connors are not, as good as a show. I used to watch Roseanne, back in the 90s. I used to watch Roseanne, That was my movie. That was my movie. However, though, I think they shouldn't have left Roseanne alone after that and have these actors, go their separate ways, go find, some other acting gigs like on Hallmark, Lifetime, or something, because we don't want to look at the Connors and remind them of, Roseanne, because that's the spinoff of Roseanne.
Yeah.
Because on that episode or in that remake, Roseanne is dead.
Yeah, and speaking of a reboot that I don't think did so well, I think they also they did a reboot of Murphy Brown, and that didn't do so well because Murphy Brown was overly political, and the reboot didn't do so well. Because they made it all about politics and being anti-Trump, and the reboot that didn't do too hot.
Have you ever heard of the TV show Party of Five back in the 90s?
Yes.
They have another series of Party of Five, but this one is different. It's by the same creators, but this one isn't about about the parents going back to Mexico because they're still immigrants. They're not U.S. citizens as their children, and the children are left alone with their older sibling to take care of them. It's just like the Party of Five in the 90s, where the sibling, when both parents died, the older sibling took care of the younger siblings. So it's kind of like a remake of that, and I don't think they shouldn't have. That's laziness. That's laziness on the CW, because we have the CW right here in California.
Also, so they're doing a remake of Party of Five, but they're putting in the political element of illegal immigration. So they're trying to use a remake to pimp and prostitute a political agenda.
Right.
Yeah. See, I personally don't like that. Just like I don't like a lot of these sports athletes.
Yeah, and watch this, Lord Tavick. They're gonna watch. There is probably gonna be a series in a couple of months, doing a dedication on the protest of a black man named George Floyd, which they're probably gonna rename the character, and they're gonna make something off of that, just to make profit. And I bet you it's already in the works right now. It just hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Well, Diamond Princess, I'm gonna let you go and let other people call in. You obviously got my phone number, and I just wanted to say that you can call me or text me anytime you want to. I really enjoy talking with you.
Okay.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you bestowing me with the honor and privilege of being a mod on your channel.
Oh, no problem.
I really love what you're doing. I applaud your bravery for standing up and speaking out, and continue to do what you do best, and that's tell the truth and be unapologetic and unafraid.
Thank you so much. You have a good night. Omega Courtney, you want to call? Come on, call, girl. Come on, call. I want to hear your opinion. So that was good to hear from Lord Tavick. He's a very nice guy. We've been knowing each other for like a couple of months now. He's been my mod, for quite some time, but I appreciate him. A very nice guy. But Omega Courtney, you can call in too. You can be my last caller before I end this live. And so, oh, you having problems? Did you just move to Louisiana or Atlanta? Atlanta. You're welcome, Lord Tavick. Girl, if you're somewhere near the forest, oh Lord, it's kind of hard, to get in touch. But yeah, Lord Tavick bring up some good points about these reboots. We shouldn't even have reboots like that. People should be more creative, because that's what writers are. We there to be creative. Oh, okay. All right. So instead of just making these reboots of, Disney movies or Marvel movies, the Avengers, I don't want to see no more Avengers. They probably did like 4 or 5 movies of the Avengers, but I don't want to see no more. And that because they need to move on and separate the superheroes. But people need to be more creative when it comes to shows. That's why God gave us brains so that we are able to think for ourselves and do for ourselves. But I don't know what's going on in Disney brain that they can't not cast a dark skinned Storm. Like, how hard can that be? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Ugh. Mm. Dang, that's because as Black women, we never be cast in roles unless we are the maid or a stripper or a hood rat or a pick Misha. We have to portray a negative stereotype in order to make it into Hollywood, just like Heidi McDaniels. Yeah, they're lazy. They don't want to put in no money to because why can't they give Tamika Saltner 100 million? Why can't they give Destiny Ryan 100 million? Like it doesn't like all of this is not making sense at all. I can't I can't. So I won't be seeing this Black Panther movie. I won't be seeing it. Not at all. Like I like Beyonce. I think she's very talented, but she's no actress. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. I will not be paying my money to go see a light-skinned woman betraying a dark, deep brown skinned Black woman. That's not. No, 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 no. Okay, so this is it. Like Black women, we need to take our powers back. And I'm gonna close with this. We need to take our powers back as women. We need to let Hollywood know that we are not going to take no shit from them. We want them feminine roles. We want to be the love interest of Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, Thor, you name it. We want to be love interests of superheroes and other male counterparts. It's just that when I see movies of Black women, we don't get that type of treatment. And I just hope that with this protest going on, I hope there is a change that hopefully there will not be discrimination based on skin tone, religion, being transgender or gay, you name it. They won't. They were wrong with Halle Berry too because Storm was supposed to resemble Grace Jones exactly. I agree 100%. Black Hollywood needs to step up for Black women for real. Exactly. Exactly. More Black women should be represented as love interests. I'm tired of us taking masculine roles just to make money. That shouldn't be that. We shouldn't just accept anything that Hollywood offer us on the table. We should be demanding. But I guess demanding is like being an angry Black woman, right? Okay. So, but regardless if they what they think about us, we deserve to have these roles as being the desired woman. I would love to play that role to be Batman's love interest or his wife. But white women, oh, they're gonna go crazy. These white nationalists are gonna go crazy if Batman ends up marrying a black woman. How you guys think of that? But but I would love to see that. What else you guys are saying? I guess you guys are not saying anything else, but we need to now during this protest now that is going on, take advantage of this. Black women, take advantage of being the love interest, getting those roles. Take advantage of that while this protest is going on. Let your presence known. Let them know you're not going to settle for less. If you want to negotiate, if you are like a big time actress and they offer you $200 million to play a love interest, go for it. But if you are starting off as an actress and they give you $60 million to play the role, then do it. As black women, we do have talent. We be tearing up the entertainment industry, and we should be continuing to do that. But we should never settle for less. Never. We should never give people the opportunity to walk all over us. Never. And on top of that, when I was talking, I was just thinking that as black women, we should create our own industry, our own movies, and we can have anybody that we want as a love interest. It could be a black guy, it could be a white guy, it could be an Asian guy, it could be a Hispanic guy, it could be an Indian guy, whoever. I think that we should let ourselves be known that, we can be just as good as a white woman. But I don't know if you guys heard of Leanne, I forgot her last name, but she's from the group Little Mix. She just came out recently stating that she has been facing racism in the music industry ever since the group was popping off. They would ignore her. She would be put in the background. They would tell her that she, as a black woman, because she's a black woman, she has to work twice as harder than the other girls, which were non-black. And that was the same with Normani in Fifth Harmony. And I root hard for Normani. I think she's gonna be big as Beyonce. I think she's gonna be another Beyonce. That's just me saying. I'm not saying that she's gonna be a Beyonce because she's her own person. I think she's gonna be the next big thing in the music industry because she can dance, she can sing, and she's talented and creative. But when she was in the group Fifth Harmony, she was always put in the background. She was not able to see her talents. She was always being constantly bullied on social media and by one of her bandmates, Camila Cabello. And now that she is a solo artist, she's able to separate and show who she really is. And as a Normani fan, I don't wish Normani to go back to Fifth Harmony because they've been outshining her. She don't get that much lead solos in her song. She's always, singing in the background. So I'm glad to, that she is actually getting her voice out there. But the music industry can be so disgusting. It really, really can be disgusting how they treat black people, especially black women in this industry because one, we're black and on top of that, we're female. So we got two strikes against us. and we get paid more or less. Let's say, for example, what happened to Monique and on Netflix. Netflix, what happened with this was Netflix offered Monique $50,000 to do a network special or something like a comedian special to do on Netflix while they're paying Chris Rock and some other black male actor 150 million and Amy Schumer over I think 230 million. And Monique been in the game since the early 90s. And for her to be paid $50,000 is BS. Monique is the best female comedian I have ever seen in my life. She can sell out stadiums just like that. But they want to give newcomer Amy Schumer 10 times more than what Monique got, which was $50,000, and which I find BS. I'm glad she's suing the hell out of Netflix. Netflix shouldn't have no better. They know who Monique is. And yes, Lord Tyvat, Amy Schumer is not funny at all. I don't even know why they gave her all that money. Monique can outshine her. Monique can run circles around Amy Schumer and roast her right on the spot, and Amy Schumer will not have a comeback. Trust me. And you know who else ain't funny? Ellen DeGeneres. She did some kind of like I think it was on her show that she tried to make a comedic joke about shampoo commercials, how the women, are happy that that they're rubbing shampoo in their hair, and how she did the same, and then she did not feel that same sensation. And I'm like, girl, if you won't get out of here with that tired ass joke, like, come on, like you can come up with something better than that. Mm-mm. That is a shame. A damn shame. Monique did have the Parkers, but I would love to see her in like another show of her own. That would be nice. But I'm gonna end this live stream. Oh, she's related to Chuck Schumer. I don't even know who Chuck Schumer is, but I'm gonna end this live stream. I wish you guys safe because there's still protesting going on. 2 black men were killed in the past 2 weeks, so I just ask that you guys stay safe. Especially you, Omega Courtney, since you're going to Atlanta. There was a black man that just died in Atlanta. I guess he was shot in the back twice. So I just ask you to, stay safe out there. And because there's a lot going on in the South right now. But anyways, you guys have a good night. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Good night.